Right, now it's time for our story. And if you remember rightly, at the end of the last chapter, the paramedics had been called because Roman had been attacked by a flying jellyfish. So, this chapter is called Evening. Get ready. It's called Evening, and the deadly donut triggers an unwelcome visit, and I have to watch something disgusting. I spent the afternoon in my bedroom. My eyelids were swollen and sore, and I couldn't play on the computer or watch TV or read my book. I just had to lie there with my massive moonhead. Well, that's funny, isn't it? Moonhead, doing nothing. I must have drifted off to sleep for a few hours, because when I looked at my alarm clock, it was suddenly 4:30. Ooh, nearly tea time. I called down to Mum to ask for a drink, but she didn't reply, so I put on my dressing gown and I went downstairs. It was now more than 6 hours since I had tried to eat that surprisingly dangerous jam doughnut. Half of it was in the bin at the aquarium, the other was in Jane's stomach. I was pretty sure that nothing else could come from it. But I was wrong. The deadly doughnut had set the wheels in motion. Wheels of doughnut-fueled disaster and destruction. Well, who knew a jam doughnut could be quite so dangerous? I paused at the door to the front room. There was laughter coming from inside. Dad wouldn't be home yet. Maybe Mum was on the phone to Auntie Kath. I shrugged. I opened the door and instantly wished I hadn't. If my eyes had been 2 tiny slits, I reckon they would have popped out of my head. "Hello, Sleepy," said my mum. "Well, I'm glad you're finally awake to see our visitor." "Hi, Roman," said Jane, who was sitting on the sofa right next to my mum. "Nice PJs." Oh, quick as I could, I pulled my dressing gown closed. I was wearing my Postman Pat pyjamas, which are at least 5 years old, maybe even more. They finished about halfway up my arms and legs and my belly, and they're stained here and there with splodges of old crusty breakfast. They're totally comfortable, but probably not what you choose to wear in front of your girlfriend. "What are you doing here?" I asked. At least my voice was starting to return to normal, even if my head felt like an overinflated space hopper. Well, I wonder if he's got those ears that pop out of the head, a bit like the devil that you hold on when you're on the space hopper. "That's not very polite, Roman," said Mum, standing up. "Jane came round to see if you're okay. I tried to wake you up, but you were sleeping like a dead sloth." What does a dead sloth sleep like? I guess Mum was a little bit right. It wasn't very polite of me, but still, Jane had let me get into trouble and ignored me on the bus. "Well, I also came round to say sorry," said Jane quickly. "I panicked a bit when Mrs. McDonald asked about the doughnut. I've never been in trouble before, and when you got on the bus, I didn't want you to see me with that stuff in my hair. I've washed it now, though." She smiled at me. She was wearing a dolphin t-shirt, and I guess she bought it from the gift shop at the aquarium while I was with the paramedic. I felt bad. Her other top must have got soaked, and, well, she was my girlfriend. "Well, I'm sorry too. I shouldn't have ducked." "We're quits then," she said, making her nose go wrinkly like walnut whip. Oh, I wouldn't want a walnut whip on the end of my nose. Well, I'd rather eat it, but still. "How's your face?" "It's a bit better," I said. "Only hurts when I breathe." Oh, gosh, that's a bit of a disaster, isn't it? Jane laughed. "Your mum's just showing me pictures of you when you were a baby." Oh, gosh, that's always the thing that mums do when people come round to visit, and they get the baby photos out. Oh, come on, I thought, not in front of my girlfriends. I should probably explain a few things about my mum. She's pretty much the most embarrassing person of all time. I'm an only child, so she takes photos of everything I do, quite literally, you name it. There's a photo of me doing it, brushing my teeth, eating soup, putting on my socks, combing my hair, and then she shows them to anyone who comes in the house more than 3 seconds. Jane pointed to the photo album that was open on the sofa. I particularly like this one of you in the bath. Oh, I dived forward and flicked the album shut. That's enough of that. He's so grouchy when he wakes up, said Mum. Humpty Grumpty, we call him. I like that, Humpty Grumpty. Well, I shall remember that one. I took a deep breath. Rosie Taylor said you might need to have your head amputated, Jane told me. Huh? I said typically. Why would she say such a nasty thing about my lovely little noggin? Said Mum, ruffling my hair. I ducked out of the way. She doesn't like me much, Mum. When you were at nursery, Rosie was your best friend, Mum said, sounding surprised. In fact, me and her mum used to joke that you two would get married. Oh, please stop, I said. Of all the embarrassing things my mum has ever said, this surely was the worst. Mum didn't seem to hear me. Here, look at this. She flipped through the photo album, stopping at a picture of me and Rosie, aged about 3. We were hugging each other, hugging Rosie Taylor, I tell you. Oh, yuck. I'd rather hug a camel with chicken pox. I didn't know camels could get chicken pox. Have to look that one up. I said, maybe we could burn that one. I think it's sweet, said Jane. Then, well, there was this incident that happened. Rosie and her mum cut us off after that, and Mum's voice trailed away. Oh, she's been awful to me every single day since, I said, finishing the sentence for her. I have no idea what the incident was, but it was probably absolutely nothing. Rosie's never needed much of an excuse to be horrible to me. Anyway, said Mum to Jane, lovely to finally see you. Roman has a friend after all. Can I get you anything from the kitchen? Oh, I'll have a doughnut, I began, but Mum interrupted me. Sorry, Dumpling. I was just talking to Jane. You're not allowed food yet, remember? My stomach rumbled and I hoped she wouldn't find out about the rule, but Mrs. McDonald had told her at the aquarium. Well, said Jane, licking her lips, since Roman mentioned it, I wouldn't mind a doughnut at all. I gulped. I can't have a doughnut. That is the end of that part of the chapter. And tomorrow's chapter is called A Complete Pig. Wow, wouldn't want half a pig, would you? Only a complete one. So we'll see what that's about tomorrow. See you then.